Let's face it, we've all been there at one point or another. We've all bought things that we regret buying. So consider this video your little handbook on what not to buy and avoid buyer's remorse. Over the years, I've really learned what works and what doesn't work, specifically for my needs and wants from pieces that I bring into my life and into my wardrobe. And hands down, the most important quality for me when I'm looking for particular fabrics is that they are comfortable. I avoid buying uncomfortable fabrics at all costs. I don't want my fabrics to be too tight or be itchy on my skin or just irritate me and just not make me feel my best. That's why I am so proud to be partnering with Lily Silk on this portion of this video to share with you some of my all-time favorite must-have comfortable pieces. All of Lily Silk clothing is either made from a 100% silk or a silk blend. All of their materials are premium quality, so buttery soft and feel incredible on the skin. This is a Lily Silk t-shirt that I am wearing today, and honestly, they make the best t-shirts. I have so many Lily Silk t-shirts in every style, shape, and color you could probably think of. And if you ask me, you can never have enough basic t-shirts in your wardrobe. They can be dressed up and down and literally go with everything and anything. Another item I avoid buying is anything that has poorly sewn on or reinforced buttons, or buttons that just look cheap and are more prone to breaking. This is another reason why I love Lily Silk so much, is because they really pay attention to detail and to the quality of their clothing while still maintaining super affordable price points. All of the items I'm showing here are from Lily Silk, and I'm gonna link all of them in my description box down below. I also have a discount code that you can use to save some money on the Lily Silk website. I'll leave all of the information across the screen here as well as in my description box below. Another thing I stopped buying is Unpractical handbags. I love my handbags. I used to have way more handbags than I currently have in all types of colors and shapes and sizes, but over the years I really figured out what I need from a handbag to be versatile, to make sure that I maximize its wearability as much as possible, and something that I can just grab and go and mix and match with pretty much anything in my wardrobe. For me personally, as a mom on the go, I like a handbag that is roomy, that can be converted into a backpack or a top handle or a crossbody bag. I like something that can be worn in multiple different ways, something that I can take from day to night, something that I can wear with jeans and a t-shirt or a cute little dress. I also usually gravitate towards neutral colors. Even though I love my splash or pops of colors, I usually find that I wear bright colors the least. So if you are on a budget and you're looking for something that's going to go the extra mile, go for something that is neutral in color, that is big enough to hold everything that you need on a daily basis, and also something that's convenient to get in and out of. Now, when I am in the midst of purchasing a new handbag, I always make a checklist in my mind of everything that I need my handbag to do. And I haven't made a regretful handbag purchase in a very long time thanks to this method. So there are a handful of individuals that I like to follow for style inspiration. And admittedly, I purchased several items just because I saw these particular individuals wearing them and rocking them, and I thought that I could pull it off too. Some of the time I could, and some of the time I couldn't. So that brings me to my next point, is don't buy something just because you saw someone else wear it. I love Hailey Bieber style. I think it's super cool, and I think that she pulls it off really well, but I know now that a lot of the things that she wears and pulls off, I probably couldn't. So you really want to be realistic and think about your particular lifestyle. What do you feel most comfortable in? What do you think that you can rock and pull off? If it's something that you're not sure about, maybe don't go out and buy the most expensive version of that particular trendy item or clothing piece. Try to find something that's more affordable and budget friendly. That way you can test out the waters to see if it's something that you truly love and see yourself wearing again and again before making the splurge. Another thing that you will always regret buying is buying colors that don't suit your personality or don't suit your skin tone or you don't feel you're most comfortable in. I've mentioned in a previous video that there are different types of personalities and different colors that make us feel a certain way. For example, I feel my most comfortable wearing neutrals, wearing pastels and little splashes of color here and there in my outfits, whereas someone like my mom, who has more of an outgoing personality and gravitates towards bright, vibrant colors, she feels her best wearing bright colors and standout pieces because that's who she is. So always think about what colors complement your skin tone, your wardrobe, and your personality, and you will very, very rarely have buyer's remorse. So this next one is something I admittedly still do from time to time because I sometimes hype myself up into thinking that I am a superwoman and am completely immune to getting blisters on my feet, and that is wearing or buying uncomfortable shoes. I have a couple pairs of shoes still in my wardrobe that are so deathly uncomfortable. Just to name a pair from the top of my head is this beautiful Swarovski crystal pair of Rene Caovilla heeled sandals that I have worn a couple of times. They look so beautiful, but I know that I would not be able to wear them for a long period of time. So I reserve those shoes for outings where I know I'll only be wearing them for a short period of time or be sitting them for majority of the time. Now, obviously, I don't recommend doing that because in my opinion, fashion should not only help you look your best, but you should also feel your best. So you should always, always be comfortable with whatever you are wearing. So when it comes to shoes, really take the time to make sure that they are comfortable and it's something that you can go the extra mile in, because one of the worst things that you can do is spend money on a fashion item and let it just sit there and collect dust. Another buying habit that you will almost certainly regret is buying something that doesn't fit you right now. Our bodies are constantly changing, especially the woman's body. We all go through so many changes in our body type and body shape throughout our lifetime, and it doesn't make sense to buy something with the idea that it's going to fit you at a later time. You always want to think about the pieces that you can wear and enjoy right now, right here in this moment. So if something just doesn't feel right or doesn't fit you right, no matter how beautiful that piece may be, it's almost never worth spending the money on that, and you will almost always have buyer's remorse. Something else that I have been doing recently is avoiding purchasing anything that cannot be returned or exchanged. I'm one of those people that absolutely dread change rooms. I don't know what it is about it. I just like to try on my clothes at home. So if I'm shopping in store, I prefer to just try them on at home and have the option to return or exchange the item if it doesn't fit or if I don't like it for whatever reason it is. If it's an item that cannot be returned or exchanged, I will just avoid it altogether, because there has been a couple instances in my shopping experience where I wasn't able to return something and I almost always regretted that decision. Another thing you will almost always have buyer's remorse over buying is buying something that is trending right now. I love trends. I feel like trends are super important in fashion. It really helps drive and evolve the whole fashion space and fashion community. It helps evolve your own personal style. I think trends are really important to test out, but in my opinion, it should be done very sparingly. And I believe you should always have a thought process involved with every single purchasing decision that you make, especially if it's something that's trendy. Trends are trends for a reason. Most of the time they come in and out of fashion really, really fast. And if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of extra spending money and you are on a budget, trends are definitely something that you want to be very, very careful with. And lastly, I know that we are probably all guilty of this at one point or another. And that's buying something just because it's on sale, whether it's a pair of really beautiful but super uncomfortable shoes, or it's a beautiful dress that is just a little bit too tight. No matter what it is, if that particular item isn't perfect in every sense of the way and makes you look and feel your absolute best, it's just not worth it, even if it's on sale. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. If it's something that you know you can get modified, for example, taking it to a tailor and getting it tailored to perfectly fit your particular body type, and you're okay with spending the extra money to do that, that's one thing. But in most cases, for something such as a pair of shoes that cannot be modified in that way, it's just best to leave it alone and wait for something that is more compatible with your needs and wants of the moment. All right, guys, so that wraps up today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I quickly wanted to remind you about my Lily Silk discount. All of the links to the items I showed in this video will be linked in my description box down below, as well as my discount code. So feel free to check it out if you're interested. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next one.